From MTN Sports, this is Bobcat Replay.
Well, as summer turns to fall, the real season begins inside the oldest indoor venue in college football. And both fan bases in Pocatello and from Bozeman are hungry for a win to open up the Big Sky slate as Idaho State and number 3 Montana State renew their rivalry. And it has been a long time coming for these squads to battle in the Gem State again. The Bengals took the last meeting back in 2018, a 24-17 W. Sorry to make you relive that time, but 6 years later, this matchup will feature a contrast in styles and signal callers. Kobe Tracy leads one of the top passing offenses in the nation, while Tommy Millard can just flat out scoot. Definitely some potential for some fireworks today as we welcome you inside the ICCU Dome, everyone, alongside the former Montana State and Montana defensive coordinator Ty Gregorek. I'm Ben Creighton. Grace Lawrence and Megan Robinson will also join us from the field coming up in just a couple minutes. Ty, with Big Sky play getting underway, you and I both know that every week features the potential for a dogfight, or in today's case, a catfight.
Yeah, it's just great that we're playing Big Sky football again. I mean, the cat with that week zero game for the Cats, they've been playing ball for over a month. You can see the Big Sky's preseason coaches poll there. It's kind of shaping up the way the way the coaches saw it. I mean, Montana's got the one loss to a very good UND team, but you can see that top 5. I mean, those are the schools right now, and a couple of them are playing each other today.
Yeah, Montana State, of course, near the top of those rankings, and a big reason why is that dude right there, Adam Jones. How about the breakout campaign he's having?
He's having an excellent season, no question. Young man out of Missoula, Montana. What's been impressive is they're using him in the throwing game, too, and that's been incredible to see. 5 touchdowns on the season, breakout year, no doubt.
Yeah, doing well in that receiving core. And speaking of receivers, when you have one of the top passing offenses in the country, you need some tall drinks of water in that wideout room for Idaho State.
Length. And that's what's going to be, like, to me, the X factor is you've got Polidor and Powdrell and Woodard listed at 5'10" against these Cats. I mean, different kind of cat, but I mean, 6'4", 6'4", 6'4", and 5'10". And then there's that guy, Ben. I mean, I kind of called it last week. I thought he was going to have a little bit of a coming out party with the 3 sacks, and Lord knows he's going to have his opportunities today.
Yeah, Brody Creepy, of course, the preseason Big Sky Defensive Player of the Year. But how about this? This is huge for Idaho State in terms of defense. Cortland Horton so big on that D-line, not dressing in warmups.
The Montana State offensive coaches raved on this guy. Major loss if he truly is not participating. 5.5 tackles for loss, 5 sacks. He was off to a fantastic start.
From MTN Sports, you're watching Bobcat Replay.
Keoa Cowie back to return for Idaho State. Brennan Hall ready to boot it away for Montana State. As the real season begins, Big Sky play underway here in Pocatello, and another touchback. No surprise there from Brendan Hall.
Yeah, I know we're going to hit on Brendan Hall, but my goodness, every game, every kick, I mean, that thing hit the dang scoreboard, Ben. I mean, he is consistent.
Is the school's all-time leading passer when he was at Utah Tech, back home for his final year. As they'll keep it on the ground on the first play of this series, they go to Keoa Cowie.
Well, it's a nice run by a Cowie. I like this group, and then Mason. The offensive coach he's a tackling machine in space.
Tracy wants to show off the arm. He's got a man in stride and just overshoots his intended target in Duarte. Down 45% this season. To the screen game, Raiden Brown wrapped up behind the line.
This screen game is deadly, and obviously young Coach Hawkins got it from his old man. I mean,
the defending Big Sky Special Teams Player of the Week, averaged 52 yards per punt last week in that win over Southern Utah. Taco Dowler back to return for the Bobcats, as Dowler will drift out of bounds, and Montana State will take over. But they're still going to keep it on the ground. The second leading rushing attack in all of FCS. To the screen game on their first play. And absolutely swarmed by Mason Young. Adam Jones now lined up at back for Montana State on 3rd down. 3rd and 3 to go. They give it to Jones as he pounds his way up the gut.
Big spot.
He will have enough. Hold Montana State. Millard all alone in the backfield. Humphrey, the man in motion, again to Taco Dowler, and he'll get wrapped up and brought down. Only 7 minutes in this game. We already got a Gregorakism. So now that makes it a 3rd and 4. Tracy with the time running out, incomplete. And that one knocked away by Andrew Powdrell to force 4th down. Only a 5'10", but he can defend those tall wide receivers. We saw it last week against a guy named Cam Barmore from Mercyhurst who was 6'6".
No doubt, the sophomore out of Woodlands, Texas, he's scrappy. I mean, it don't matter, 5'10", whatever. He likes to scrap.
Taco Dowler hauls it in, inside the 10, up the gut, getting a couple blockers, cutting to the outside. Taco Dowler down the fringe, gets tripped up and gets into Idaho State territory. And Brent Vegan also huge on Taco Dowler in that return game.
Right now you can see Idaho State's even giving the illusion of pressure, and it is pressure.
Yep, showing blitz. Malott showing off the arm. And hauled in. 50-50 ball, but incomplete. Knocked away.
A touchdown myself.
And the field goal up and good. So the Bobcats getting on the board. Miles Sandstead nails it.
And they've been dominant rushing the football now for years.
Malott escaping, loads of time downfield. That one hauled in. And past the 30-yard line, Jacob Trimble with a big catch.
Yeah, this is where Tommy's just so dynamic, you know. And the Bobcat offense here is these 3rd and longs.
They were showing blitz, still bringing pressure. Malott out of the pocket, flag thrown. Malott will take off and scoot out of bounds.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold. And we were just talking about him. I believe it's going to be a hold on 72, Connor Moore. You got to let him go if you get those hands outside the chest plate.
Scott Root with the call, and our referee today.
Foul. Hands to the face. Defense number 46. 1st down.
4 wide for Malott. Dancing to the outside. Malott gets tripped up near the 6-yard line, and Malott quickly back to the line. As that will end quarter number 1 here in Pocatello. A low-scoring affair between two fiery offenses. The second quarter coming up right after this.
From MTN Sports, you're watching Bobcat Replay.
We start quarter number 2, but Montana State looking to get into the black turf for the first time today. 1st and goal from the 7. Malott high snap, able to gain possession, mazes his way through and leaps into the end zone. Again, he can scoot as Tommy Malott leaps in for the first trip to the end zone today.
Yeah, that's all Tommy. I mean, my goodness, high snap, poor snap, great job getting the football. Obviously, the O-line does a great job up front here, but the rest is on Tommy.
His 4th rushing TD this season. But that's one thing Brent Vegan has also really praised Malott on, is the way he's getting tackled. Again to Adam Jones, and a scramble. The ball might have popped loose. Yeah, they'll have to do some digging here.
No doubt. But whether they recovered it or not, this is something they got to shore up if they want to get to the aspirations that they think that they're capable of, because they put the ball on the ground last week too. You know, and defensively, they've been playing really.
4 wide for Hayes. Quick slant, that one picked off.
Ryland Iron Ord out of Missoula, Montana comes up big. Last week, it was a block punt. You know, a series ago, I'm talking about him getting trucked a little bit, got to get his pads down, but boy, did he come through big time on a 3rd and long. Fantastic nosy heads-up play by him, diving and leaping for that ball. Big-time play by the senior from the zoo town, the Garden City.
His first INT this season. My time.
It's even before my time, Ben, but you know the song. I mean, Vanilla Ice used it, and it's never going to be the same as David Bowie.
Up the gut again, giving the rock to Scott Trey Humphrey, and multiple flags fly.
Personal foul. Face mask. defense number 94. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, you got to imagine he's got a big turnout here in the stands today. You're on 2nd and 6. Another give on the ground to the outside, streaking past the 5 and powering his way into the black turf. Once again, Scott Ray Humphrey, the power back. Touchdown, Bobcats.
Well, that's a big-time run, and obviously it's not all on him. I mean, the perimeter blocking, the O-line blocking. But I got to tell you, that's one of the best tacklers on this Bengal defense in Mason Young, and he just flat missed and didn't have a lot of support behind him. Great run. Strong physical run. But boy, Coach Vegan was raving about Taki's play thus far.
There's Hunter Hayes. And it looks like he will have enough to pick up a first down, at least from our vantage point. But 4 for 5 on 4th downs this season, Idaho State. Free play here. Tracy just hoists it. Jump ball. And that one hauled in inside the 10. Jeff Weimer with a big grab.
Well, that's a veteran quarterback realizing that he's got the free play.
It's like you mentioned, they can throw those jump balls to those tall wide receivers here. 18 ticks to go here in the second. Hayes with good protection slings it. He's got Christian Fredrickson, but taken down at the 5-yard line by Andrew Powdrell to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, I'm kind of fired up to see what Coach Hawk, the younger Coach Hawk, decides here.
Tracy with a ton of time. Slings it. Reaches up. Was he in bounds? Touchdown! Michael Shulikov.
This is an incredible catch by Shulikov, man. I mean, there is no one that can make this play other than a big, long, lanky receiver in the back of the end zone.
At your secondary, how do you feel like they're playing against this Idaho State pass game?
Oh, I think we're battling pretty well. I mean, we jump off sides on 4th and 10, give them a free play, and that was really, as bad a play as we had that first half. We got to be able to finish that off and get the ball back to our offense. A lot different looking first half with that, if that's the case.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Grayson Megan appreciated. A fun one in the dome to kick off Big Sky play. 17-7. Montana State on top of Idaho State. Halftime coming up with highlights and much more.
From MTN Sports, you're watching Bobcat Replay.
Entertaining one so far to kick off Big Sky play as we're set to start quarter number 3 here inside the ICCU Dome. Number 3, Montana State will get the ball to start this second half. Gabe Panikowski will boot it away for the Bengals. And taking it out of the end zone, looking for a big return, but taken down just shy of the 15-yard line.
Smart to keep that off him. And oh, by the way, they're 4-0 in doing so.
On 3rd down, Adam Jones slicing through the defenders and picks up another Bobcat first down.
And it's almost 1,000% guarantee if Idaho State does stop him here, they'll bring Brendan Hall back on for a punt.
Malott goes down. The duo of Logan George. And it looks like Malik Richardson was also there.
2D line for the Cats. He commits to running the football, and they've had some success.
Tracy wants the deep shot, going to Michael Shulikov. Jump ball, wrestling for the football. And when you're a standout in the high jump.
Coach Howe and Coach Baptiste just rolled the 1D line back in the game.
On the draw, dancing to the outside and taken down. Justice Jackson, the Eastern Washington transfer. They're making a big impact here on this drive and looking to keep it going on 3rd and 6. Brown in motion. To the air again, Tracy on the slant, hauling it in, Christian Fredrickson. We head to the 4th quarter here in Pocatello. The start of Big Sky play is a close one. 10-point lead for number 3 Montana State. 4th quarter next.
From MTN Sports, you're watching Bobcat Replay.
right through the uprights to make it a one-score game.
45 minutes of action.
Well, especially with that D-line, because again, we highlighted Cortland Horton not playing today. Malott, jump pass, wide open! Rohan Jones! No chance they'll catch him. Montana State with a big response.
Yeah, Houston, we got a problem. There was no one. No one. So I'm assuming, I'd have to see the replay, I'm assuming they were in either cover 1 or 0 coverage there, and they just left the big main transfer. You know what? I just complimented his former program by beating Albany. You can watch it. He's up to the boundary here. True trips. And then, oh Lord. I was just giving a bunch of love to Coach Runda and his staff.
State, just under 20 minutes for Idaho State today in terms of time of possession. Play fake, right on cue. Rohan Jones with a stiff arm and that big body rumbling out of bounds.
Offensively, when you're trying to play, personnel matchups, and next thing you know, these guys are in the slots, that's hard.
Scott Trey Humphrey, wide open hole, cuts back inside, mazes his way through, and down to the 5-yard line. Scott Trey Humphrey with another big run, and now he's over the century mark today. Mark him at the 6, 1st and goal. And they reward him. Easily gets in. And that might be the dagger for the number 3 team in the land.
Yeah, it's going to be tough now. I mean, again, it wasn't that long ago, Ben. It was 17-10, and now we're looking at 31-10 in a matter of, probably 6-7 minutes. Good shot of Kevin James on the scoreboard there. I'm not totally sure why right now after getting scored on, but I learned something every day, man. I just try to nod and smile.
Tracy over the middle. And a big body in Christian Fredrickson trying to reach over the goal line and stop just short.
Fredrickson's made some great plays tonight. I thought that was a beautiful throw.
Want to try to take on one-on-one.
No.
Big tough dude. So now 3rd and goal all the way back at the 16-yard line. Tracy barely gets rid of it.
This is an incredible throw by Tracy because of the guy we were just talking about who probably got a little ticked off by the knee in the helmet. He was tracking, man. I mean, you watch Brody skin the edge here and get some pressure on Tracy. Tracy hangs in there and throws a strike. Fantastic play by him under duress. They've had some fantastic players come in and out of this program. I'd love to see Coach Hawkins get it going again.
On the onside, but easily recovered by the Bobcats.
And the onside is recovered by Montana State.
Well, we were talking about, is it too early? Wish it wasn't at 10:15 Eastern.
Scott Trey Humphrey making a trio of trips to the end zone today. Scott Trey Humphrey dancing, and he deserves to.
Outstanding job by the offensive line. This running back core is nothing short of special, and doing this, I mean, I'm almost curious to see what happens when Julius Davis does get healthy. Obviously he's the dude, but my goodness, you add him to this stable of backs. It's just, it's great.
Rohan, this team needed a big play. You came up with a 70-yard touchdown. You received for nearly 100 yards today. What clicked?
That's just a team play. That's not just on me. That's on all my brothers. It takes 11 guys to score a touchdown, and that's just good scheme. We out-schemed them. That was a good play, and I was able to find the end zone.
This team has a go 1-0 every day mentality. You're now 1-0 in Big Sky play, grabbing it on the road. What does this send to the rest of the conference?
Just let them know what we're about. We're trying to go 1-0 every game and just keep stacking days every day. That's what we do.
Thanks, Rohan. Ben?
Appreciate it, Grace and Megan. And yeah, Montana State with a 20-point win, and the Bengals will look to bounce back in front of the palm trees next week against Cal Poly. As that will wrap it up here from Pocatello, Idaho. Once again, our final score, number 3, Montana State 37, Idaho State 17. For Ty Gregorak, Grace Lawrence, Megan Robinson, and the rest of our always terrific Scripps Sports crew, I'm Ben Creighton saying so long from the ICCU Dome. We'll see you back next week when Montana State hosts Northern Colorado. So long, everyone.